Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out chapters 82 and 83 of Tower of God Season 2, and we have some things going on, some things that are stressing me out, because we have the next tournament in the workshop battles, and there's some rules to that. I don't think we're going to follow them. I think everyone's going to kind of do their own thing, because everyone has different reasons for being here. We have people who just want to fight VLA, we have some people who have some murderous intent behind that, and some people who are just kind of curious about what's going on, maybe some revenge, but like not quite as violent. Maybe I'm hoping the best for Shibitsu. I feel like he's kind of knows that there's something going on. He just doesn't know what. So he's a little bit more hesitant in what he's feeling and stuff like that. We have other plans going on, like Foog being a little bit murderous. They seem a little bit like they're ready to, you know, just kill a lot of people. We have something going on with Bomb and Novik. They have some kind of plan. I'm assuming it's to steal the ignition weapon that was introduced before, which like will probably be really cool, but also makes me nervous because I just feel like Bomb's already going through a lot, and then having a huge shift in his power level might be like the power move that he needs to like get out of Foog and do his own thing and that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm just worried about what it'll do to him, you know? Like that's my worry. I want him to be okay, but we'll see what they end up doing. It seems like he's going to meet up with his team again because we had him reconnecting with Rock and a little bit in Dorsey. She was there. We don't quite know how she's feeling with the whole thing. So there's so much that I feel like the workshop battles have become like peripheral, which is funny because I was so excited to get to them when they were first introduced. And now I'm just like, oh yeah, workshop battles, because all these other things are happening that I'm like way more invested in. And then like the workshop battles are just kind of like a loose structure where all the other things are happening around, which like is great for like plotting, but it's like not my focus really. So we're gonna find out where we're kind of landing on all of this that's going on. Everyone's got their own motive, their own plan, their own thing that's going on. Let's just get into these chapters. I have no idea where we're gonna end up. See, we're starting with Mad Dog. That doesn't make me nervous. It's probably fine. Red eyes aren't good unless they're Rock. Then I accept them. I feel like we're getting a bunch of important information about him with the like visuals, I guess. Going barefoot also seems like a flex. Like that's just unnecessary, but here we are. I don't think it's gonna be a sure victory. Lots of stuff gonna be going on. Also, Groban makes me think of Josh Groban. I don't know why I have all of the references in the recent chapters. Maybe it's a defense mechanism, so I don't have to think about what's actually going to happen. What are we gonna do? Not you. I don't want to know what your plan is. You just make me nervous. I don't like you sharing looks like there's something else going on. I feel like she's a little bit out of the loop, especially considering how she feels about Violet, that they might not be cluing her in. See, everyone's like experiments, which makes me like, it's just off-putting. Everyone's being experimented on, and now there's like these two kind of powers fighting with each other, and I feel like y'all are just both like manufactured for this. Like there's the real conflict is between like the people who made you, but you're just caught in the middle of it. I also feel like any experimentation with like blood mixing and stuff is just like, it's just bad. Like don't do that. We're not making eye contact, which makes me feel like there's more to this statement, especially since he's saying, I don't want any unnecessary sacrifices. I feel like that can be taken a couple of different ways of like not only going up against this other team, but I feel like there's also a part of Bomb that knows that something's coming, right? He doesn't know about the deal that's been broken, but he does know that the closer that he gets to his friends, to his old teammates, the more that they're in danger and the more that Foog's going to like make a move on that, right? So I feel like him saying, I don't want any unnecessary sacrifices is him kind of cluing in, of him being like, I know that something is probably gonna happen. And it's kind of like a subtle warning of him saying like, I know, I'm aware, I can see through you, I'm going to protect them. Maybe that's me reading too much into it, but I feel like he might have that kind of subtle power move to him. I wouldn't want to watch in my back though. I just love that his eyes aren't hidden anymore. Like, this is such an important detail to his character because we've had him hiding his face through the whole season since he first showed up at the beginning. And now we can fully see his face, and I feel like that's so important, not just as a like Bomb versus Violet and like who's the actual person and who's the mask and persona and that kind of a thing, but it's him like fully being himself. Like I feel like he's finally getting to a point where he understands enough of who he is or what he wants that he's not hiding from it anymore, right? Like he's willing to not only like see what's going on and let people see him, but also show his intent, right? Because we say like eyes are the doorway to the soul, right? So he's willing to show that in a way that hasn't before. He's been so guarded up to this point. So I love getting to see that shift again. And it's kind of like season 1 Bomb kind of feeling, where he's just like very easy to read and that kind of thing. It's not so much anymore. He's a little bit more guarded in general, but there's still kind of that genuineness to him. And I love getting to see it again. Oh my gosh, there's more rules. I'm not gonna remember. So someone's gonna break the rules, bend the rules. We're gonna go off on a different tangent, and then I'm gonna have to be reminded of a rule because it's important to a plot point. I've just accepted it at this point. Okay, so it's kind of like capture the flag, to simplify it. Okay, so we've got specific places that we have to protect, also getting the key. Oh, we got a countdown and everything. I want Teddy Bear to be okay too. Oh, is everybody going off? What are we gonna call? You like teased before. I want to know. I like how it's not just there's a chance you'll meet an enemy. It's like meet an enemy and die here. Thank you, Kun. That's great encouragement. Well, of course it's a cave. What? Okay, Wangnan. I don't know if I trust robots after all the stuff that's been going on with those, but this one's kind of cute. I may take that back at some point, but at the moment, kind of cute. The Pond of Calling seems dramatic, but we know that the tower has some dramatic flair. I wonder how like jarring that would be if you're just like one of the teammates and like obviously you're ready to be called at some point, but then you just like emerge in a pond, like spawned there. That would be so unnerving. Okay, so it says repurpose a gambler. So that means that a gambler can be brought in. Interesting. I still don't know what Kun's gonna do. His strategy is going to be beyond what I've considered. All right, I'm not gonna remember those points, but I'm gonna hope for the best. Yes, who are we calling? Ooh, okay, we get to see how many points everyone costs. How many? I'm assuming the red is we can't afford it, and the blue is we can, maybe. Or we're not allowed to get them? Or is it a team thing? Ugh, my brain. Oh, hang on, we have someone who down here who is also the same points as Violet. Who's that? He is. He's doing his own thing. He costs 100 Wangnan. I like that that's like a form of measurement now. That's like currency. Who are we calling? Really? Really? Out of all the people I could have guessed, that definitely wouldn't have been it. I guess he's quite powerful, but like at the same time. Yeah, I'm like, didn't he want to like fry up Wangnan? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it because of who he was teamed up with before that that's part of the strategy? Careful, Wangnan. I wonder if one of them is like fake, like a decoy. Because we've seen that before of like kind of like projections, kind of like a physical form outside of who the person actually is. Like a kid's just like, dang it. Like the little loading circle. Oh, I also like the acknowledgement. It's like every game has some loading time. Like it's true. It's true. Every game has a little loading map screen at some point. You're gonna have to hold your own for 5 minutes. That stresses me out too, because I'm like, a lot can happen in 5 minutes. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Be aware of that one. Maybe they are killing time. Oh, they are though. They're just kind of distracting everyone, aren't they? Yeah, he's on a different mission. He's got some other stuff that he's doing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I feel like the only way that he really gets away from Foog and is his own person is not just winning this, but it's also having so much power that nobody can get in his way. Or at least having enough power that it's gonna be a lot to get in his way. I don't trust anything from Beta anymore. I'm just like, it's probably right. I'm just wondering why you want him to get into that specific place. I just has trap written all over it. Okay, so that's where we had Hots before. Is that with the necklaces? Because it looks like kind of a similar thing, except this one's red and Hots is blue. Or maybe it's the keys that they're fighting for. My brain hurts, there's too many rules. I'm just nervous about why we want him to be there specifically. Oh, what's part of Novik's plan? What role does he have? Probably to keep track of who Bomb is like, yeah, this person's definitely gonna try something as soon as I'm not around. I'm excited to see Novik like get into some of the fights again. Oh yeah, I can feel that too, because like Mad Dog's team also, like they're also versus Violet and like everything that Violet cares about and stuff like that. So really it's not like Mad Dog team versus Foog. It's like everyone versus whoever is teamed up with Bomb. Which, yeah, makes sense. You know, we all know that that was kind of where this is going, that it was kind of Bomb against everyone else. Oh, we're getting a flashback. Okay. We're gonna set up some stuff, maybe? Are we getting some backstory of why Anak feels the way that she does about Violet? Interesting, asking for a favor. Look at Anak doing moves and giving information in the background. Who said she doesn't know how to strategize? She's such a sunshine that like I don't know if I trust her, but she is quite delightful to like be around her energy. Oh, that shift in the facial expression that I saw on my peripheral. Okay, we got a lot of things going on. We got people teaming up that we wouldn't expect to team up. We're summoning teammates that I wouldn't have expected. Okay, so we're the ones teaming up. Okay, I'm following. I don't know why we're telling him our plan, Novik. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I want to know about the plan, but maybe we don't share with the whole class. I like how confident he is. I feel like he's gonna get like put down a few pegs, but I like seeing Novik kind of in this, you know, he likes kind of being at the center of things, if not necessarily in charge. So it's nice to see him kind of in that confident place that he hasn't really been since his old team imploded. Oh wow, there's some power lurking around. He probably doesn't. I feel like Bomb doesn't. Do any of us know? Why are they sharing things with us? And do we trust it? Why are we trusting information that's just been given to us by an unreliable source? The darn loading little circle. We all hate it. Ooh, yes, screaming and running. Wangnan is good at that one. He knows that plan. I feel like if anyone can pull it off, it's gonna be Wangnan. He's gonna be able to figure out how to run away. He's got this. Good, we dodged it. Good. Just like the save me. Poor darling. He'll figure it out. If anyone can, it's Kun. Yes, figure out why there's 2 instead of 1. Did we? Did we figure it out? I like how he's like, I just want to test something. Go towards the danger. You probably should just trust him. It usually works out better than expected. He's like, use some of that foolish courage. Come on. Scream and run. You've got this. I do like that Kun's like using Wangnan's impulsivity to his advantage. I don't think he has a death wish, but I mean, he hasn't been good at like avoiding danger up to this point either. Like, when has Wangnan ever registered how dangerous something is and not done it anyway? I can't think of an example. Like, him being here at all is proof that he's like, I will go towards the danger. Also, can we talk about the color palette shift that's been happening? The like softer color in the lines, playing with like lighting a lot. Like, I love getting to see the little things that are upgraded in the artwork. Yes, dodging is good. Also good. We do not want to get hit with it. Are we too close in range? Are they distance fighters and now we're too up close? Do we not know what to do yet? Oh, so 2 halves, 1 whole? Oh. I didn't notice that one. I thought it was just like a continuity thing. I don't know if it's actually relevant. Okay, so if you're on the outside, you're okay. Because we're with the like fake halves or whatever. You just gotta stay on the blind side. It's cool. Look at him tugging and rolling though. Oh, it's a little bit sad. Attacking him from behind, but you know, things have to be done in order to win, you know? I feel kind of bad for them now, but we got all those points. I also like that Wangnan just like punched them. Like all of these fancy techniques, Shinsu and weapons and things, and Wangnan's just like, I'm just gonna run screaming towards them, get into their blind spot and punch them. And it worked out okay. It's Scrappy. I like it. Did we finally get our teammate? I feel like he's gonna be upset getting summoned and then there's nothing going on now. There's no fight. You're just gonna have to like wait for the semifinals. The ruler of flames. Like, I was bored in the waiting room. It's like, we have to go to a waiting room now. That's what we have to do. Yeah, maybe don't be stuck in a room with him when he's ready to burn things. I want to know who's all gonna be called. I want to know what the team's gonna be. Yay! Team sweet and sour. Like, wow, it's Dino. Like, how's waiting rooms? Like, and Dorsey was getting a little bit antsy. We got 2 flame users, though, which is interesting. Bomb's going rogue, so we'll have to find out what actually happens. Oh, the please be safe. They gotta stop breaking my heart a little bit. That's terrifying. That's a little big. Is it though? I feel like there's more going on. I feel like we don't have all the info. I don't want to trust an unreliable person, you know? Interesting that we're saying specifically to kill a king in the tower and given the motivation of Foog. We're ending it there though. You're gonna just like stress me out and then leave. That's so mean though. And yet it happens every time. I feel like we were kind of, like I was saying, like the rules and the actual like mechanics of the workshop battle are like this peripheral thing because we went through that really quick with Wangnan, where it was like, all right, let's defeat these, we get our points, we're done until the semifinals, we summoned our team that we're gonna have, now we're moving on, you know, because like the real event is not just like Foog versus Mad Dog and that kind of a thing, like the suspense of that and the excitement, hype and things like that, but it's also like Bomb versus everyone, basically, with some help, with some teaming up with some people along the way. But as he's trying to get himself away from Foog and all of that, I don't know how I feel about whether or not this is like the real needle that he needs to get. It probably is, but I want to know what else is going on. I want to know why we wanted to be here right away. We had suspicious stuff being said about like Novik not knowing what's going on, and if Novik doesn't know, then Bam probably doesn't know what's going on really. And I believe that. I feel like Bam's getting his information from people that don't have his best interests in mind. So should we trust it? I feel like the answer is no. I feel like we shouldn't, but here we are. So I feel like a lot of information is going to be thrown at me, like in terms of what's actually going to be happening in the next little bit, and the fight is kind of gonna be in the background a little bit more as we focus in more on who Bam is, what's going on with the needle and him being an ignition weapon, Book's part in all of this, and Beta and stuff. Like, there's just gonna be a lot, I feel like. I'm not mentally prepared. I can try, but I feel like I'm not gonna be. So deep breaths, remembering to breathe. We'll see what happens, but I hope you enjoyed reading those chapters along with me. You can click this playlist to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so this next time I post a Tower of God video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!